Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening. Paul Trani here with Kirsten Wolfert. Day 3. Oh.
Can't believe it.
I know.
It's gone so fast.
Have you had a good time so
So
far?
much fun, yeah. Especially filming in this new studio.
Yes,
Beautiful.
exactly. We couldn't ask for a better guest this week to break the studio in. Again, it's amazing space. Beautiful windows, great views. Just we have catering coming in.
You can see
it's
the
like
Golden
a
Gate
whole,
Bridge.
Yeah, like a whole a studio audience that's actually very quiet and respectful. So it's awesome. But really, we're happy that you're here, Daniela and Eric. It's good to see some familiar names: Daniel, Werner, Simone, Dana. Pride's in the house.
Good morning.
Give Kirsten a warm welcome. She's super happy to be here. As I put words in her mouth.
I'm very happy to be here.
But also, we'll get a little choked up after a while. She's
Absolutely.
like, no, I don't want it to. Like, I think it's kind of fun. I don't ever want it to, like, stop.
I know.
So, but it's been really fun to watch you work.
I know. It's been a great process.
Makes me feel lazy.
No.
Like, hey, impress me.
I've loved having chats feedback, too, throughout the 3 days. It's been amazing. So
Yeah.
I'm looking for some feedback today as well.
Okay, and as a professional designer, like, again, you're working at Pinterest, but how do you think it's helped your process of
always.
designing?
Yeah, always. It's really nice to get other people's opinions and a critique on it because it helps you grow as a designer.
Yeah, and that's why we have the design challenges the first 2 days, which I think are really helpful. Like, I think it helps me as a designer to say, okay, that's why you might intuitively do things. But day 3 is exciting as well, just so you know. There's, again, not necessarily going to be the challenges, but we have something else fun coming up. But we have you this morning for 90 minutes, which is wonderful as you finish up your city guide. Javier is going to come in with Kathleen, Julia Masalska. Everybody's wrapping up their projects today, as well as Ashton Dewey. All editorial design, 9 a.m., 3 p.m., all day long. So, and it's going to be fun kind of seeing all these projects kind of come together. Maybe feel a little bit of pressure too, because,
There's some great work out there.
Out.
Yeah,
I know. Like,
I
guess I got to get this thing done.
We have 90 minutes. We can do it.
But also what I was going to say, what's unique about today is we're going to have portfolio reviews. So get those portfolios in, and we will pick just a couple of them because we want to spend some quality time with them.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, you totally come into play.
Sounds great.
As the expert. And really everyone. Again, anybody can provide really helpful feedback. And everybody's kind of taking a step back looking over your shoulder at it, which is like really helpful. Like, you might be too into the design to recognize something that's maybe working or not working.
I agree.
Speaking of looking at projects, can we take a look at yours?
Yeah, let's do it. I'd love to show you the progress I made last night after I stepped away from it. I came back in the evening and I added something, so I'd love to reveal. So I added this third font.
Ooh.
This is Cooper Black.
I'm into it.
I know, me too. It kind of feels retro, like Palm Springs.
Yeah, I almost think I would never use that in a million years, but like now it's just like it's so modern.
Yep.
Like maybe it's with the photos. It looks really good.
Yeah, I think so. And then I love that it's bold, it's noticeable, it feels like Palm Springs, and it feels like this specific font was meant for this cover.
Yeah, and by the way, great job copywriting.
Oh,
just the whole the casual, like the friendly. Oh, greetings from Palms. Oh, you're having a conversation with a book.
Yeah.
Are you crazy? Is that book talking to you? This is crazy.
I wanted a title that would spread across multiple different cities, so I was trying to think of something that was generic but also friendly. Yeah. So that's where I came up with Greens from Palm Springs.
Nice.
Feels like an old postcard.
Yeah.
So then I have my full image spread with the pink door. I have this introduction spread with a great quote from Trina Turk. My table of contents. And this is exciting. And last night, actually, after stepping away from the project and coming back, I thought of 2 new things to add. So at the very end, I've added a 48 hours section, which lays out 2 days of an itinerary of things you could do in Palm Springs. And then I'm also going to add a notes section, which will make this city guide a little bit more interactive. So at the end of the trip, you'll be able to write notes of things you like, things that you weren't able to do that you'd like to do next time. So I'm really excited to show you guys that.
Yeah, very cool. I like the whole 48 hours idea. I think that's really clever. So what is that font again called?
Cooper Black.
Yeah, okay, good.
Cooper Black. Yeah.
So Dana says she used Cooper Black
in
back
the
in the 80s.
I'd love to know what you used it for, Dana.
I'm into it.
I know.
I could see that on like a shirt. It's just like, you know, bubbly and fun. And
It's so interesting when you pair the right font with the right photo. It feels like it reinvents, you know, the whole feeling of the font.
Yeah.
So this...
And that's a good call. By the way, just a little FYI, something that we have on Adobe Fonts are font packs, which are very helpful.
Yep, I've used those before.
So yeah, like might be, because really what are you doing? You're trying to pick and choose, you're trying to pair, you're trying to like see what works. And that's what it does. It's a collection, and we'll organize it by, say, travel, and sometimes it'll have a template, like an InDesign template in it on like how cases for potentially using it. So I'm like, it's, for me, I was like, oh, that's a great idea. Why did we not do this before?
Well, and as a designer, it takes a lot of time to think of your font combinations.
Yeah.
That takes a big part of the
does.
process. So.
Yeah, and like I constantly like trying to demystify it.
Yeah.
And I still think you need to know all those fundamentals.
Absolutely.
But it's good that here's a couple that kind of work together.
Yeah.
So
It's nice to know the different personality traits of each of the fonts. And then you can pick from there.
yeah.
So this is the start of my 48 hours section. So
You've done some work.
I did do some work. Yeah, I did
doing
some
her
work.
homework. Wow.
I did some work.
She's not only working here, she's going back to Pinterest, changing lives over there.
Yep.
Just like
Working again
hey,
at
what
night.
do you designers do? Like, you're coming in, you're like, hey, get to work.
It's been a packed 3 days, that's
then-
for sure.
And then you go home and you work some
Yeah,
more.
I do.
Okay.
Well, it's nice to take the break. I have dinner. I step away from all my design work, and then I get back on.
Is that
always
most
helps
people's schedule? Because I'm pretty much always working.
Yeah, 100%.
Like my hobby is also working, which is horrible. But
Your hobby is designing on the computer. It's also your job.
yeah, exactly. Good thing I love both. So.
Yeah, we're lucky to do what we do. And then, so today actually, one thing I'd love to do is find a new image for this spread, because I want to keep the notes in white, but obviously you can barely even see that it's there. So I'm gonna start off by
Interesting.
going on Adobe Stock. And let's look for some palm trees. And you were starting to show me Adobe Stock yesterday.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think there's some interesting things to kind of take a look at that you might not know unless you were told. And mainly it's filters. The filters change based on your, like, of course, category, but like your subcategory. So if you select photos, the filters below it will change. So you're gonna have depth of field. You're gonna have vibrancy, like vivid. See, look, images with copy space. Depth of field is another that
that's
you
interesting.
don't initially. You just don't get them obviously if you're selecting a vector. So there's more that meets the eye depending on your selections.
I love this vivid color option.
Ooh, I gotta show you some other things.
That's really cool. And because my full spread is horizontal, I definitely need a horizontal image, because that will make placing it and cropping it so much easier. Gonna tone back my vivid color just a bit.
Simone's like, he has 35 credits left in Adobe Stock, but he protects them like the ring from Lord of the Rings. He's like, I gotta make the right choices here.
Yeah. Well, hopefully this filtering will help you make the right choices.
Yeah.
I love this one. I've already downloaded that one, so let's see how it looks placed.
And
I think my favorite tool this week has honestly been the frame fitting. Because the book is so photo heavy, it's so nice to quickly place images.
that's
I like the
Is
pattern,
that
but
a,
it's a little hard to read.
yeah, it definitely is.
But it feels
my
very
opinion.
like a Palm Springs.
Yeah, and
pattern.
this is what's interesting about this is the first time you're like introducing like a graphic. And
Right.
I don't know if first of all, I think the photography is so amazing. I kind of want to like continue down
Keep
the
it all
photography.
photography.
Right?
Yep, I agree. And then this almost feels not lifestyle enough, considering that my other photos are very much so lifestyle and show people, and so I'm gonna. This one doesn't
Notes.
feel quite right.
Any thoughts on the notes page? Well, like, what do we do there? Just let us know if anybody has any ideas. 'Cause basically we're kind of brainstorming. Like,
I'm gonna flip this to see if I can get the notes in that
I like the
shadow
idea.
space.
I like the idea of taking, yeah, exactly, doing that, or does it go, it could go in the teal, but I like the word notes being on the parts of the photograph.
Me too. And I want to keep it consistent with what I've done above on all these other divider spreads.
Oh, you know what else might be nice? Yes.
Jan, these photos are a combination of different stock websites. And right now we're on Adobe stock, trying to find my last few images I'm going to use, but they are beautiful, huh? It makes me want to be in Palm Springs right now.
Yeah. Another fun one would be, and that's totally working, but like, I'm trying to help you.
So far, I think this one's my favorite.
I'm into it.
The dark shadows feels like it matches the rest of the photos. I like that it feels like a lifestyle with the shadow and the 3D element that's happening.
Yeah, so Simone likes the photo. He says this one seems to work the best.
Just need to find a spot where that notes can sit. Moving around, trying to get it in the perfect shadow spot where it's still legible.
Mm-hmm.
That sweet spot.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, there will be, what's your logic behind whether a photo goes across the 2 pages or not?
I am using the photo to be across the 2 pages when it's a section divider.
Okay.
Yeah. And then in some places it bleeds a little bit over, like this one, but it doesn't bleed across the whole page.
And that's
So I've
smart
reserved this
because
to
you
special.
kind of set up some loose rules that
Yeah.
you're like breaking when you need to, based on the content. Like right there, like you don't have a lot of, like the other one where the photo dips into the, not a ton of content here. It would look and I know you like white space. It would be way too empty. That's why you pulled this over, right?
Yep, exactly.
Cool.
Just trying to find that right balance between photography and text and white space.
Yeah.
The sweet spot.
Are you really designing with the touchpad? Really?
Yeah.
You are?
I am. I know. We talked about this.
That's crazy.
I know I'm not the only one from chat. On Tuesday, we did a little poll, and there are a few others out there.
Yeah, I think it's super fascinating because you actually, even working in Illustrator, like again, just being able to zoom in and out I can't do that on my mouse.
I know.
But you're like me because like you will use your mouse. It'll be there, but then you're kind of like you end up right here.
Yep. I'll use a mouse, a Wacom tablet, but especially when I'm on my laptop on a smaller screen, the trackpad just feels right.
Yeah, and I know I even know illustrators that like they just use the touchpad, and these illustrators like they're just really lo-fi. They're just like I'm always maybe traveling or working, and this is always there, and I've just gotten used to it.
It's true.
I'm always curious as to what people are using. Howard Pinsky is in the house. Thank you so much, Howard. Did a fantastic job with his daily challenge. It's technically day 4, his 5th. Wait, no, what's today? Thursday. 3rd day as part of that, his daily challenge. And so he's live streaming pretty much every morning for like 2 weeks.
Oof.
So hats off to you.
Oh, interesting. Lauren uses the touchpad and she's left-handed, but she designs with her right hand.
Oh yeah,
That's
that messes
interesting.
with my hand.
Yeah,
we had somebody last week that was the same way, and was blowing my mind. I'm like,
Ambidextrous, is that what?
Yeah.
Lauren would be?
Her name wasn't Amber. No.
No, Lauren.
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Amber Dextrious. Her name was Amber Dextrious.
That's it. So on this page, to keep it consistent with the other chapter sections that I've done, I overrode my master page and then deleted the right page number in Folio because I just wanted to keep it a little bit more simple and only have a page number on the left.
Yeah, and I think, I truly think, like, I feel like there's professional, like, seasoned designers like yourself. Things just end up being like cleaner and just stronger in general, almost by the fact of things that you did not put into it.
Yeah. what you put into design is just as important as what you take out of the
The
design.
whole curating, like
Yep.
there's no fancy border, there's no this, that, like you're not making it over complex, which is awesome. So Grandy Freud uses the touchscreen on this and Surface Pen. Awesome.
Oh, interesting.
See, that's one thing I wish my Mac had. I wish I had a
Yeah.
touchscreen, you know?
That would be nice. I'm gonna.
Oh wow, Corey said and Corey's old school apparently, but they were forced to use their right hands when starting out.
Oh my gosh,
That's crazy.
that is crazy. Corey, did you ever learn to use your right hand with the mouse, or are you still a lefty?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what he
Crazy.
uses today.
Yeah, me too.
So Bethlehem, there is no challenge today, but we will have portfolio reviews. So you will see that over in that portfolio review tab. So the whole idea is to basically have challenges, build up experience, and build out your portfolio based on challenges and potentially winning Creative Cloud, but it's more about the experience you get. And we want people to do things and not to be afraid to do things. Because I'm sorry, everything we make can't be like Pinterest worthy, like just like amazing.
It's all about learning and growing together.
Oh yeah.
So right now I'm looking for some more stock images to place into my 48 hours.
You know what I think
section.
is, an element I think is kind of fun is like inflatable animals, like a pink inflatable, like, I don't know if that was in yours, but I saw that on stock and I was like, oh, that's kind of fun.
Oh, let's find that. Like a pool toy?
Yeah, pool toy.
Pool
like,
float? Is that what we call them?
yeah.
Let's look. Oh, there we
Ooh,
go.
wow.
Ooh, the flamingos.
Yeah.
That feels right. Gonna just download that one. See what filters I have on. Maybe I'll add horizontal. See what different images that brings up.
Ooh, thank you. By the way, just call out a couple things. We have Chat and Win in about 10 minutes. And Noelle's ready to... She wants to know who the challenge winner was yesterday.
Ooh.
I suppose
Are
you want to
gonna
see.
announce
Look at that. I'm
roll.
just like, no. I'm like, look at this power I have. Like, I will no, I have it. It's ready to go. Trust me. I just want to thank everybody for participating in the challenge
It was
yesterday.
really fun to see everything.
Yeah,
All the
yesterday
designs.
and on day one. And
Yeah.
there were people that like really worked theirs, throughout the day. But yeah, I want to dive into it right now. Okay. So, hold on one second. All right. So, yesterday's challenge was to create like a holiday invite, and I'd like to congratulate Noel Gelz, Gelz.
Yay!
I don't know if he's with us, but Noel created this one, which was fantastic. I think we did review it
We
yesterday.
did, yeah, which makes this so much more exciting that this was the winning design.
Yeah. I mean, great job here. It's like simple and it all just like works.
It's beautiful. It's a unique
So-
approach. It's a fun party idea. The typography was beautiful
Yeah.
and unique.
Yep. And I think Noel's a really good writer. So first off, Noel did a couple of them. This is another one of Noel's, and we reviewed these with Julia yesterday. But the whole idea of not being offensive and not make sure you don't you can't do Christmas and all
Right.
this stuff. Hope you're generally happy between the following dates.
The copywriting on both
more-
of these were so clever.
Hope you're a little more happy than usual this time of year.
A little bit more jolly.
Can't really get into the specifics. So that was just hilarious. Millennial holiday card.
That's the first time seeing that one. That one's really great. too.
Yeah. But there's a lot of amazing ones. I can always post that link, but Noel, congratulations. You've won 1 year of Creative Cloud.
Wow. It's a
for
great
hanging out
prize.
and participating and delivering that cake here with wrapped in $100 bills. That's how they really won.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Tim said that font offends him.
Oh, the font does.
He found something.
I don't know which one he's talking about. Is it this one? It could be this one? I don't know. Oh, that's funny. I see what he's saying.
Downloaded some good pool flow images, so now I'm just going to start placing them in and see what they look like. Oh, I must have downloaded the wrong thing because this one still has the Adobe watermark on it. Let's go back.
Yeah, and I'm glad you did this because it's just like a good. Where is it? Do you want to find it again? Do you want to find that exact one?
I do like this one too. That's a fun one.
Okay.
But I think it's on the first page. So let me go back. There we go.
So yeah, that button. It's those two buttons right next to each other.
So press the one on the left.
Yeah, you did the preview button.
Okay.
Yeah, now you know that it's like the licensed version.
And then I go up and press download.
You got it.
Okay, let's see.
And
oh yeah, and it says preview right there.
yeah. So you can also sync to your Creative Cloud library with the preview image and then license it directly within InDesign.
And it will automatically update?
It'll automatically update.
Wow. That's nice when you're doing these huge spreads.
And the biggest issue that people have with like CC libraries, this is the one thing I realized, is that like they're logged in as someone like in the browser versus their desktop. So there's that disconnect. Make sure those IDs match up for your Creative Cloud desktop app versus what you are in the browser.
And then you can use the library.
Yeah, exactly. Because we kind of ran into that, let's be honest. Like, and you probably have too, but it's all good.
And do you know Sarah's question? You can grab the license from the links panel, right? As well?
Oh, yeah, I think you can.
That's good information I didn't know before. Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah, I usually use libraries, but let me check. Yeah. It's the name of the file.
I think because I'm using a single image here, I want to use 2 or 3 images here and maybe overlap them, maybe have them bleed onto the second page. But I want to make sure I keep the variety and interest in each spread. Okay,
yeah, I agree. And again, all kind of based on the content,
yeah,
like, and how it all fits together. So yeah, Derek asks a good question because right now these are probably just like RGB images. Like ultimately, like when you go to print, do you have to go through the process of like converting to CMYK?
Yep, that's what I do. I always make sure printers, I think in print production you want really clean files and you want all your images in one spot and you want to make sure that you package it correctly. And so yeah, I would probably pull these all into Photoshop, convert them to CMYK.
Yeah.
And then drop them back in and replace it.
Yeah.
And normally, actually, when I do that, I rename it and do _CMYK.
Oh, okay.
So then I know just to be sure.
Okay, into it. So,
it's almost like Derek, an internal gut check.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. And Derek, thanks for bringing that up because, of course, we're moving pretty fast today. Going to print, that's an important point that you bring up, so thank you for that.
And then in addition, I would also have added bleeds to this spread. Yeah.
Where are they?
I didn't add them.
Oh, you didn't add them?
I didn't add them,
gotcha.
yeah. But if this were going to print, I would definitely have a bleed mark and extend the images and my full bleeds or my full color blocks past the crop marks.
What is that big link there? Does that just say that it's linked to an external? Like, what?
I think so. Why is it so big?
I don't know. It's very weird. Huh? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've seen them before. Oh, wait, here's smaller.
Yeah,
that's funny.
That's fascinating.
So something I also did last night was I added this palm tree to try to indicate that this suggestion of what to do is related to this image.
Oh.
So I've also added it here and here.
Mm-hmm. Good call, Derek. Great suggestions. Obviously does print because he's the one that brought up CMYK. Like the DPI as well.
Yep.
Again, we're just moving through this design pretty fast, but those are important things to So definitely no pre-flighting, bleeds. Cool. Oh, you can do you can convert an RGB image to CMYK in InDesign?
What?
I don't know if Lauren's actually saying that you can convert to CMYK in InDesign if you want a quick way to do it.
Wow.
I don't know if that's the case. I don't know.
I didn't
that's
know.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
But typically, you do what you do. You make sure your source images are CMYK, the right DPI, that they're not scaled up like 200%. Somebody mentioned that the other day.
Yep.
And then pre-flights, all the little like checks that you have, you're pre-flighting like down here too. Like I have an error right here.
I'll
So
zoom in.
And that's kind of,
No
that's like
errors.
newer. Here, we'll show yours. We'll see how many
I'm
errors.
so glad I don't
How
have
many
any
errors do you
errors.
got? Like it's
No errors.
it's behind our head. Oh, there we go. Look at you.
No errors. Phew.
That's kind of fun to see.
Yeah, it's a good feeling when you get that green light.
I just turned it off. I just turn off the pre-flighting.
Oh, you don't want
I
to
just
see?
like, I don't want to.
You don't
Like,
wanna
really?
know.
That red? I'll deal with you later, red pre-flight.
Good thing to check if this was going to print, though. Absolutely. And it definitely will. But I'll do all that, in the evening when we were talking about after work as a hobby.
Yeah.
What you do in your free time.
Hey, okay, this is Simone. The last time he won it was 2017. So you want? Okay, so so basically we're doing chat and win in a second.
Can't wait.
But I mean, I feel like we're always doing giveaways.
I mean,
doing
you have good
giveaways.
things to give away.
Each segment every week. Creative Cloud like once a day.
Those are good prizes.
Yeah, it's pretty good just for showing up.
I'm going to reference some of my other images, see if I missed any that I want to include. I'm looking for another complementary image that would go that would go well with this orange lounge chair pool scene.
Simone, you're making us feel pretty good. He says he usually has good 32 to 37 errors, and is like, that makes me feel better. I have like 2,
Yeah.
so I feel better about it. But that's what would get flagged, is a lot
Yep.
of this, the pre-flighting flags, all that. So yes, we are doing a giveaway in less than 2 minutes. It's going to be this fantastic notebook or sketchbook that's lined and unlined, which I think is very special. And it matches the theme, because you can see it's almost the same color.
Oh.
Close, right? Pretty cool.
Our water theme.
And by the way, there's some pink in there. There's that
Look, the
millennial
sunrise.
pink, the sunrise.
Was on the perfect spread.
Yo, yeah. Over there. Boop, 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 boop. Match it. Deep. So that's in a couple minutes, just because we can, and just because we appreciate you hanging out with us. And we definitely appreciate Kirsten. Everybody likes you here. Everybody wants to hang out with you.
I want to hang out with everyone forever.
But you're busy. You're a busy lady. You gotta
I know.
you got this whole job thing. It's getting in the way of your good times. What are we gonna do about that? I don't know. I think jobs are that's a horrible idea. Whoever invented it, it's like a dumb idea.
I mean, if you can find the right job, it's pretty great.
Yeah,
Being
it is.
paid to do what you love to do.
A job in general. What is this? This is like, there's other things I do in my time. I'd go to all the holiday parties. Right?
All those, we were supposed to be at holiday parties. We were flying to
Yeah.
Poland.
Oh, I know. We got invited to so many yesterday.
know.
Thanks to the challenge.
I know, we're busy this
I
weekend.
know. Oh, man.
Got a lot going on.
It is.
So I'm still not 100% convinced that this is my image.
Ooh, by the way, how did you find that orange image, by the way?
Which one? This one?
Well, how did you find it to match? Like, did you just
It was a happy
peruse?
accident. I think setting the mood board at the beginning before the project really helped me understand that I wanted to use pinks and oranges and really warm, fun colors.
Let me, didn't I show this yesterday? Like, I'll switch to my screen really fast. But right over here, I can match this image like the colors from this image, because that's basically what you're trying to do. So I'm saying, hey, you know what? First of all, it's matching all the attributes, but I could say I just matched the color of this image. As my hero image, this is going to go below it. I do have it set to inflatable, so it's inflatable items that match this image, and that's what you get. But that's pretty impressive, right?
That is impressive.
So you could see this hotel, and then that, At least based on what I'm like. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. That was a
Oh,
cool
the
feature.
screen's excited. They're the screen's like, yeah, I'm so excited about that feature. They're about to shoot off all these fireworks. And that's what that actually indicates is it's time for Chat and Win right now.
Just kidding. Hold on, back up.
And welcome back. So it is time for Chat and Win. All you need to do is say some intelligible words in chat so we know there's a human there and not a cat walking on a keyboard.
Give us a shout out.
Yeah, give us a shout out.
Are you a cat owner? Do you have a cat?
Nope, I don't
Yeah.
have any pets.
I don't have any pets either.
I have succulents and half of them I killed.
Oh,
I'm not
no.
proud of it.
Succulents are harder to take care
I
of
bought
than people.
plastic succulents. You know?
Someone help Paul.
Just like random. You know how you have fake plants, but you also have real plants?
Right, of
That's like
course.
such a good.
Well, and you travel a lot, right? So
Yeah.
you need, that's okay.
I've
Fake
even
plants
killed
are
the
okay.
fake ones. I'm like, how's that possible?
Oh, no.
Just,
So you're a plant dad. I think that's what
guess
they
so.
call you. Yeah.
yeah, I'm just trying to get a good night's sleep usually. That's my only goal. That's my goal in life. You get older, your exciting thing is like
Sleep.
a good night's sleep.
100%.
Like you will brag about your sleep.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, oh, I could check out this out. Like I use Fitbit. Look at I got 8 hours.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what'd you do? What's your secret?
It really makes you appreciate nap
I call
time.
the front desk and I have somebody punch me in the face at the hotel. Not really.
Just
Just knock me out.
Yeah.
Hopefully this person's awake and sees this, but we have Gaina Ghazi. Gaina Ghazi,
Congratulations
proud owner.
of a new notebook.
Yeah,
Don't
and we
hold
didn't
this
even
part
talk about the fancy sleeve. So you know when somebody takes your book, you're like, wait, there was something there.
Yeah, it's missing, and it protects it in your bag.
Yeah, you can hang out with it
Serves many-
poolside, just like it's not gonna get the pages wet.
Yep, yep.
And you're hanging out in Palm Springs. But we
Be
will
sure to
send
bring
this
it with
out to
you.
you.
Congratulations.
Yes. Not that you need it here. You're gonna have a notes page in your book.
Yeah, that's
So,
true. I know.
But
I'm
congratulations.
gonna move on to that section actually. Get started on designing this a
On
little bit.
Yeah, which one is this?
So this is going to be the notes section, and what I'm going to do is I am going to flow in my copy, and of course to keep things consistent I want to repeat my sans serif, at least start with this one, and if it's not working I can try out my serif. But let's see. But so my goal, my vision for this whole section is to basically make it to give the traveler somewhere to write notes from their trip so that then when you go again or when you make recommendations to a friend, that then you'll actually remember what you liked, what you didn't like, and all of that stuff. I'll show you what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull maybe this pink.
And even, oh, there we go, Gaina's in chat. There you go. Whoa, yeah, there we go. Thanks. We see you. All right.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, Mom. Is your mom in chat, Gaina? Or are we your, like, design parents? I'd be happy to be somebody's design parent.
Oh yeah,
Can I adopt people to, like, since I don't have kids or pets?
that'd be a good job.
I could have,
don't
like-
forget about your plants.
My plans. I know. My poor plans.
I'm gonna break my guide a little bit because well, first I'll try left align. Let's see if this works.
Where, so, Granny Freud is asking where people can, like, find you online.
Ooh, I am on Pinterest, LinkedIn. I have a
want to-
website.
Do you mind if I post your Pinterest? Because I think
No,
since you
go for
work
it.
there and,
Yeah,
and since you're
absolutely.
working on this mood board, I'm going to post that mood board
Let's do it.
related to the project, and they can link out to you.
It's a great plan. So here's a question for you, Paul,
You
and
got
for
it.
chat. I know in Illustrator there's a way where if let me start over. So I'm drawing these lines for my notes section, which I want people to write in just guides basically for them to
Yeah.
write in with a pen what their first impression of Palm Springs was.
Yeah.
And so I am going to, I press shift, I'm gonna make a copy of it and drag it down. I know in Illustrator there's a way to then copy this and repeat it so it repeats the same. Is there a way in InDesign as well?
Oh shoot. Well, I would just try it. But
see?
that's a good question for chat. Like,
I know.
it's usually command. You do a. You have your item selected.
These guides are great. The rules that pop up.
Yeah.
On the,
Oh yeah.
I'll zoom in a little bit. This is
No,
what
no.
normally
Oh,
what
that's
I
a
use.
great suggestion. Command D. Does that import items? That's what that's places Command D. So in Illustrator, obviously, it's like, you know, click and drag while holding down the Option and Shift key will duplicate.
Yep.
And then you just do Command D. Brrr.
Yep.
Of course, Command D is taken up by place in InDesign.
Yep.
So the question is,
Alright.
can you do these repeated elements in InDesign? If anybody knows the way, we'd love to hear. Maybe
Let
they're,
us know.
you know, maybe it's a thing. Maybe it's
D,
not.
happy Almost Friday to you too.
No kidding. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like our Friday around here.
Yeah.
Kind of like, we have XD live streaming tomorrow, Talon. But it's
Well,
kind of our
happy
last day with our
Yeah.
guests. Thank you.
I'm gonna draw. I want to introduce some more color into this area.
Yeah, D Ross, basically a step and repeat. That's what we're looking for. I don't know if InDesign has a step and repeat. And I'm sorry, since we are like Adobe Live, we have this question.
Maybe it's something to build in the future.
Yeah, no, and really we kind of get to know, we like seeing, you know, how people work. Like, all of this is helpful on so many different levels.
So this is how I kind of envision my notes section looking, with a strong color block that's referencing the colors I'm using throughout the rest of the book, and then some sort of prompt or question for you to fill in. And hopefully that will make this city guide a little bit more memorable, something that people want to save and not just throw away after you make the trip. That's my goal, at least. It's kind of like the 100-day journal, I guess. You know, just give a little question, give a spot for notes.
Okay.
Gonna pull in my orange color that I love so much.
All right, lots of things being thrown at us here. I was trying some of these options for the step and repeat.
Thanks for your suggestions,
Command
everyone.
option. So anyways, yes.
Well, the thing I love about InDesign is how you can always rely on these guides to pop up.
Hold option. Says like items, hold down option, and then drag, and then arrow keys, and then keep holding option. Like, I could see it duplicate when you use the arrow keys, but it's only doing, you know, it's only duplicating off like 1 pixel. That's all it's doing.
Right, not the
So,
space that you.
Anyways, we'll
Selected.
take a look at it, and we'll get back to you. So everybody, give all those suggestions a try. And that would be option. Awesome, I mean.
So I have a vision for this page in my book. I'm going to shift gears a little bit and go to Illustrator, but I would love to create a sticker page where people can actually peel off stickers and put them other places in the book, or on maybe your new notebook.
There you go.
Maybe your laptop.
I like it. It's just a fun added element
Yeah.
that it could like remind you of your time going there, or
Exactly.
or remind you to go there. It could go on like a calendar, you know.
Oh, I love that.
sticker, Palm Springs. Kirsten's looking at getting invited there by their Chamber of Commerce.
Maybe we can all go. Everyone on chat.
Can we?
Everyone at Adobe Live.
Can we have our holiday party there?
Yeah, let's do it. So I'm going to draw an artboard that's 8 inches by 8 inches to match the pages in my InDesign file. Gonna expand this out a little bit more.
Yeah, okay, cool. Aditi, I'm listening too. I saw your idea of like have some blank pages with bright background colors for the user to stick stuff.
Ooh, that's a fun idea.
You know, tickets, coasters. It could be like a visual travelogue.
Oh, that's
like, do you
such a great idea.
Post-trip,
Yeah.
you know, or like the little notches that are cut out, like die cut, so you can insert
I love
tickets
that.
or something. I don't know.
I always end up keeping all the tickets and business cards from restaurants and then glue them into a journal. But I
Okay.
like the idea of including some sort of folder or envelope or something where you can tuck them in. That's a great idea. This travel guide's gonna be so great.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna lock my back.
You're gonna be like the Palm Springs expert,
Yeah.
and you're gonna be like, the dirty secret is you've never been.
Well, I'm going now.
You're going now. That's right.
I know someone mentioned Modernism Week yesterday on chat. That is my dream to go during that time. I think that'd be so fun. Like I said earlier, my mom's an interior designer, and so I would love to be able to. I love house tours. I love the history of houses and architecture.
Mm-hmm. And I definitely like Palm Springs. Oh, I love this font.
It's fun, right?
Oh, it's so cool.
And of course, because I was born and raised in California, I have to include a California sticker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really cool.
Let's experiment with some
You're
colors.
moving pretty fast through this, by the way. You're just like darting around.
Illustrator is, moves quickly. And I've done these stickers before, and I love them. They're really great. Cool. I want to show chat a technique that I do when I'm trying to put stickers in a presentation or for freelance to show what they're going to feel like and look like as an actual sticker. So I'm going to first start by outlining my font. And then I'm going to use Pathfinder to make the shapes one shape. So I get rid of all of those lines. And then I love this path tool. I'm going to go to Object, Path, and then I'm going to say Offset Path. So right now my goal is to make this look like this sticker has a white edge around it. Maybe I'll make it a tad thinner. Amazing. Gonna change that to be white. And it's not 100% perfect. I'm gonna fix this little line.
Yeah, sometimes you get those, yeah, it's kind of based on the outline. If there's a sharp point, kind of it'll exaggerate that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nothing that a quick touch-up won't fix.
Someone wants to know what font that is.
This font, yeah.
Is it a secret? You're not
No.
going to tell us?
No,
'Cause it's so cool and you're trying to keep your professional edge.
This font is called Palm Canyon Drive.
Palm
Canyon Drive.
Oh,
yeah.
how appropriate. Okay, so
It's a
here
fun
you're doing like more customization.
Yeah, I am. I've worked with sticker printers before, and I know that to cut out a really tiny shape like that is probably unlikely. So I just want to get rid of those small little, these small little spaces, and I just want the edge to be white, and then the inside to be filled.
Yeah,
It's the details.
yeah, that's good. I think one sort of like unused feature in Illustrator is the attributes. So being able to add multiple strokes and multiple fills on a shape is something a lot of people don't do, and I didn't do for years. Just as an FYI. Or excuse me, attributes, appearance, the appearance panel. The appearance panel will allow you to layer on as many different colors, many different things. Because I was thinking if you were going to add a gradient to this, like typically you would actually think instinctively, let me outline it and add a gradient. But no,
Right.
you can add a gradient using the appearance panel.
Oh, and you don't even have to outline it.
And you don't even have to outline
Wow.
it. Yeah.
I love that. Bring this to front.
You know, we're also, I kind of want to talk about some things, but I can't.
Why? Talk about it.
Sorry. Like, yeah.
Everyone on chat wants to hear.
No, yeah, I already. Well, like, I want to know what people want, because I think in this case, what if you misspelled Palm Springs, or you're going to do it for Calabasas or another place? You want it to be exactly the same. Could you take an outlined font and then turn it back into live text?
Oh, I don't know the answer to that one.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
It's
I
amazing.
don't
But
think
don't
so.
you want that?
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. You like, can you just like?
That'd be a great feature.
How many times? Because why do you keep copies of everything?
Because
You
of that.
keep live text.
Yep.
Like, I'm not gonna remember the name of the font, but here's my original, which is why
Yeah.
you have 50 zillion different graphics
It's so
all
true.
over
And it's
different
usually
states.
always around your artboard
Yeah.
in the gray area.
Yep.
No, I definitely do that. I feel like that's right up there with drawing a rectangle box to help you match the spaces between
Yeah.
different font boxes.
Oh, I love it. Daniela wants that. Another new feature, like since you end up with these graphics all over the place and you need to present it, another hack, you'd have a layer that just covers up everything outside of your artboard. Like some people will do that. Like you'll cover it up, but you don't
Yeah.
even have to do that, because all you really have to do nowadays is there's presentation mode.
I want to see this.
And again, just like keeping it really simple. And this is not a great design, but just right here, presentation mode. You can select it here, but even the shortcut is typically you'll do F. You'll hit F twice.
And it will.
If you hold on Shift F, this gives you presentation
Look
mode.
at that.
So just do Shift F and you're there.
That's
Hit
perfect for
escape.
Adobe Live.
Oh, by the way, like you have multiple artboards or multiple designs.
Yep.
You just do Shift F and then arrow keys through all the different.
Okay, let's try this. Shift F.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
And then my arrow keys.
Yeah.
Oh, game
So
changer.
you don't need these big black boxes
No.
covering up stuff, you know?
We've
It's
all
the
been there.
little.
It's the little
I think
things.
honestly, I think the latest release of like Photoshop and Illustrator, and InDesign, like a lot of these like fundamentals
Uh-huh.
that you're used to doing, these hacks and different things, like we just made life easier.
Well, obviously, look at that. You wouldn't even have to put together a presentation. You could just
Yeah.
present.
Yeah, that's what I
Love
did
that.
at Max. I just did all my slides in Illustrator, and then I just
Oh.
like jumped right into the graphics. So yeah.
Thanks for showing us that.
Another good one, just FYI, is like, you know, Howard was talking about Adobe XD, but XD is fantastic for making presentations too, because it's so fast. It's just nice. It's like, I don't want to open PowerPoint, you know, and
Yeah.
deal with
No.
that. It's just, it's really strong for.
Well, you're so limited in PowerPoint with, you know, leading or kerning or...
Yeah, you don't have any of that stuff.
I feel
Plus
like
it
I
takes
can't do
forever to
this.
load. And I like Keynote, but like Adobe XD has basically an auto animate, so it kind of has a magic move. Because that's one reason I like a Keynote is magic move. You know, like this was here and it was like zoop. Well,
The transitions.
Rule number one, would you agree with me? Like even as a professional designer, even if you know PowerPoint really well or Keynote, you never tell anybody that you do.
No, never.
Because you'll end up just being the Keynote guy.
Yep.
You're just like, all the executives, you're cleaning up all their decks.
It's a secret, yep.
Yeah, don't tell them you know.
Keep that one close to the chest.
It's the equivalent of even in your portfolio. You wanna put in your portfolio the things jobs you want to get, not everything. Don't list everything you can do.
It's all about
list the stuff
curating.
you curate your resume.
Which I'm so looking forward to seeing everyone's portfalios
Yeah,
soon.
we have about 10 minutes
Oh
to
my
get those
gosh.
portfolios in.
That's why I'm moving so fast, because time's
We're
flying.
cruising. I'm digging this.
I think I'm gonna keep the sticker sheet pretty clean. I want to do Palm Springs in California, and then I'm gonna add some of these palm leaves around.
Yeah, into it. I don't know if there's a tutorial on creating presentations in XD. I don't know if Howard's still with us, but you know, it's really straightforward.
Next to Adobe Live. maybe.
Like you don't even need to go into the prototype mode and add any interactions, it by default will, you just click on the arrow keys and it'll navigate through everything. So in XD, and then you can add all these various hotspots and all this crazy stuff. But
I'm gonna go to work and try to make a presentation with XD.
you should.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Especially if I showed you something like repeat grid, you'd be like,
I like the
freaking-
sound of that already.
yeah, I want. Why is this not in InDesign and Illustrator? And I'm sure
Everywhere
all the
else.
teams are hearing that.
Anything that can make life easier when you're making presentations.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Howard says it's on his list to get to, and Howard would agree. Like his video or whatever. It's not going to be a long video because
Right.
it kind of just works. Even if you're working in Illustrator, open up that you can open up an Illustrator file in XD. Boom. There's your artboard. You can add multiple artboards if you want to, but that's if you wanted to take it kind of to the next level to where you maybe wanted to have hotspots or something, or sharing it. So many things to talk about. Because right now it's here in InDesign for one.
Yep.
So Illustrator, if I need to get my design out there, I could convert to a PDF. I could actually just open that up in XD, publish out a link, boom, and just use XD for that to give me a link to my file, and they could add notes and all that fun stuff, And like somebody else mentioned here, and probably, oh yeah, Alexander, there you go. Publish online in InDesign is like super easy too,
Do you use that feature very often?
I don't. I think it's fun to show, but also I don't do a ton of InDesign, to be honest with you. So, and let's face it, who are my clients? Like, really, I don't really. Phil's Coffee. I want them to be my client. Please, Phil's.
That's why you drink so much Phil's. So
I told them this morning. I said,
sponsorship.
I'm like unofficially your ambassador, because they're like, we see you in here all the time. I'm like, I don't even live here, and I'm here all the time. So I just
Do they
look
know your
for
order?
excuses to go to Phil's. Yeah, I know all their faces. Like, that's why the lady asked about me. She's like, I've seen you in here before. Thank you, Grandy Freud is into it. Again, 7 minutes for portfolio reviews.
So after I put my sticker
Okay.
in the spreadsheet, or in my InDesign file, it was feeling a little flat. So I'm just gonna add a little dark shadow around.
Oh yeah, to really
Yeah.
make that white pop.
Yeah.
Good call. Into it. One other thing I want to talk about publishing, because you can
Yeah.
publish online. But now even if you create a PDF of this to send to the client, they might add notes to the PDF. I mean, the more I think about it, the more cool things there are. Like, I could send them a link to a PDF. I know, like PDF, Document Cloud, we can track if somebody opened a file. We can give them a deadline in there. So you don't have to be annoying. You kind of have this insight into whether they opened it. And then you can give them a deadline within PDF, sort of the online link. And they can add notes. And once they add these notes, the cool thing is you can load those comments up into InDesign now.
Wow.
You can load it up in a separate little panel, and then you just go through and make all those changes.
I can think so many times in just my freelance career how often that would help me. Just sending
Yeah.
contracts and
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're attaching something to an email, you kind of try to avoid that if you
Yeah.
can, just because it's going to get. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I think there are a lot of new features I want to try out.
Yeah. But
After
even
this.
you, like, I wouldn't be like everybody just sends a PDF, and
Yeah.
sure that's good because I actually want to see a physical file. Like, there's a certain amount of trust there. But at the same time, it scares me as a designer because I know I misspelled something
Yep.
and I already sent out that PDF.
Of course.
And
There's no
I
going back from
can't
there.
go. If it's a link, I'm just gonna sneakily go in there and be like, updated.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh, look how much better that looks. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
pops. And it looks a little bit more like a
Boom.
sticker sheet.
Oh, I love it.
Awesome.
Look at that subtlety with
The notes section is
just the
coming
right
together.
amount.
Maybe I'll do another question over here.
Chanel says it's fantastic.
Oh, thank you, Chanel.
And Grandy Freud, I agree. You could use the appearance panel and make drop shadow if you
Yep.
want to as well.
And I do
Sure.
use drop shadow.
Yeah. I like telling people about new features.
Yeah.
And everybody's like suggesting a lot of really good things. But I'm never like, you should do it this way. I'm just like,
Did you know?
Yeah, you could know about this, but I'm like, you're doing great. Like, who am I to comment?
Well, there's just so many ways you can do one thing, which I think is what I love most about the design world and Adobe and all of that.
Because sometimes you're like, oh, maybe do it this way and you could change it later easier. Guess what? I nailed it the first time. It doesn't matter. Is that what you say as a pro designer?
I mean,
and
not
expert?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's good if you screw it up the first time. Why don't you just do it right in the first time, like me? Just kidding. You don't do that, but I just. Anita, thank you for joining us. Just take off. Good to have you here. And if you're new joining us for day 3, love to give you a shout out in chat. So, Jose Gonzalez in the house. Good to see you, man.
So, Paul, would you write in a travel guide? Would you answer some of these questions?
Yeah, I would. You know, and whether I actually physically write in it, because it might be so nice that I'd be afraid to.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
But I would ask myself these questions.
Yep.
I would still ask. It's good to just do this reflective. Too many times I don't know. Do we do enough like reflecting of how awesome it was?
Yeah. I'm not sure if I'm completely sold on these 2 colors. The orange and the turquoise, they're pretty bright.
Yeah, it's like they have different intensity of color.
Yep, exactly.
So I don't know if that lime needs to be toned down or what. Open to ideas.
I'm gonna look and maybe add a pink, see how that works. But I'm so happy how this is coming together so far.
Yeah, Grady Freud, by all means, like, you are fantastic. Like, he suggested, hey, you could do it a different way. Like, you need to suggest different things, because we learn a lot from chat. There were so many, like, shortcuts for duplicating things that I didn't have a chance to look at it.
And I've learned so much in my 3 days here. I think I'm coming away with more than everyone else.
You're coming away with more?
Yeah,
oh,
this is so fun.
I'm into it. That's good to hear.
I'm gonna switch the location of these 2, just flip-flop. And again, I'm totally fine with my page numbers being covered up at the bottom. I like that these are simple, and like someone suggested, you could do stickers on these pages from the sticker sheet. You could write in the border. You could take extra notes here. So I like that this feels versatile.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna look at everything all together and see how it's coming together. So I've got my cover page, spread. Oh, you know what? I think I'd love to try on this page. I feel like this is a lot of text, and it's easy to read because it's large, but I'd love to call out some of those descriptor words a little bit more.
Inside this text?
Yeah, inside this text. So I think I might introduce an italic here and see how that looks.
I think that's a good call. Anytime because text can be just white noise.
Yep.
And I'm a big fan of doing this, whether it's italics or I like playing with color.
Yep.
You know, the intensity of the same color. Either one's lighter, another one's darker, or, you know, whatever the case may be.
And obviously, always make sure you're highlighting the right words.
Yeah.
Or you're bringing emphasis to the right words.
You're not like Sandy Center Mountains.
Be intentional. I think that helps. That makes a world of difference for me.
Yeah, it does. I think that shows you that you're a pro. Like, that really does help out a lot.
Because if anything, then I'll just take away just those italic words. Seductive,
how do you feel?
fresher.
I know, actually, this is really nice. Like, because I know you have what we'd call like a widow at the ends. It totally works.
I know.
Like,
normally widows bother me, but I think because the text is so large,
yeah,
and that word architecture is longer than, let's say,
it would just be a big block.
Yeah.
I like how it actually has a better shape this way. It kind of flows better.
Me too.
Yeah, good, and that's awesome. Very
palm
cool.
tree on the head. Look, you have a palm tree growing out of your head.
I always It's like you just blew my mind.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Blew my mind. Will you, this is looking really good. You should do a publish online, send me the link via email, and then I'll post it to chat.
Oh, that's very cool.
And not like right now, because
Right.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna dive into portfolio reviews.
Wow, that flew by.
Kind of what I know. Well, you really moved.
I
'Cause
mean-
you added more pages.
Yep.
You knocked out a sticker in another app. You downloaded you filled out all these.
Yep. I'm feeling really grateful that I did some work last night.
Yeah, you rocked it. But I definitely want people to see this. So like it'd
Yeah.
be cool to just do publish online, send me the link.
I'd love to share it.
While you do that, we can actually be on my screen reviewing what we have going on. So that is the plan. And if you're new joining us, basically what we're going to do is we're going to review a couple portfolios. We'd love to review everyone's, but basically there's a portfolio review tab. Submit your portfolio. We'll be reviewing them each segment. But these are so amazing. I say we just like take off and
Let's do
check
it.
them out right now.
Woo!
Space. What? Whoa. It's amazing. Is the air breathable? I guess we're not outside. We're not in outer space. Good thing we added oxygen to our spaceship.
Phew.
This is much better.
We'd really be in trouble.
Yeah, we would be in trouble. Hey, we're designers. It will look beautiful.
Yep.
Oh, does it have oxygen?
That's fine.
Boop, 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 boop. We have our screen maker. Boop, boop, boop. Basically, just so you know what's happening, and let me take this off. That's my favorite part to me.
I think that's my favorite part of the full,
Even though
all
I don't
the
think
3
it
days.
would ever. Yeah.
And this computer screen. Boop, boop, boop.
Boop, boop, boop,
Command
boop,
center.
boop. There we go. And thank you for hitting those buttons because it pulls up our very first portfolio. We'll be reviewing a couple of them. And congratulations, Ryan Ford. Really long time viewer and participant.
Oh, hi, Ryan.
First time we're reviewing his portfolio.
Well, thanks for submitting it, Ryan. We're excited to take a look.
Yeah, and hopefully he's here. If not, he'll have this recording. Essentially,
Ryan's
this is
here.
Oh, hey.
Hey, Ryan.
Hey, icon. First of all, number one, fantastic, like, great.
Yep, love it.
Yeah, like, this already says you're a graphic designer. I get this sense of personality. And
Yeah.
you live in Vancouver, which is a cool place. I usually like to kind of jump down here and see kind of their skill level. Graphic designer, mastering Photoshop, Illustrator, works in InDesign, and perfect for you, having you as the guest to review this. But also exploring motion design. That's cool.
Yeah.
And experience design.
And I have to say, I love the friendly second paragraph. Like, let's connect.
Yeah, exactly.
Feels like you're very approachable.
Yeah, let's connect if you're interested in working together. It's
Yeah.
very casual, not commitment. It's like, contact me if you want me to work for you.
Yeah.
I mean,
totally.
this is a different feel.
Uh-huh.
I'm into it.
Me too.
Shoot me a message. We will. See, remember since 2015. Portfolio off to the side.
Wow, you have a ton of
Wow.
stuff in your portfolio, Ryan.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
We'll just kind of start, I guess, kind of like down here, and then we'll move our way up.
Love that.
It's always very embarrassing if you're like going back in your portfolio. You're like, oh, is that still in there?
I
I
know.
don't mean to scare you, Ryan. He says, anything, feel free. Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah. Let us know if you like a specific one, but this is already fantastic right
Mm-hmm.
here. I can actually tell that's probably done in Illustrator with the blend
Wow.
tool.
It's so impressive.
And super impressive.
Yeah.
It looking like it's 3D, and yet you were able to use Illustrator. That's my. I could be wrong because I know you could easily lathe things in C4D, but let's check. Oh yeah, sure enough, Illustrator, Photoshop. Thank you for tagging it appropriately. Kicking it 30.
I have to say, I love the end of the shoelace edition that you added.
I love boop.
That is really fun, and just a little detail that goes a long way.
I will say that there's I initially thought it was like a candle
Oh, no.
wick. Sorry.
So What do you think? Making it thinner?
Making it, giving it a
orange?
flat cylinder on the end, like a
Oh,
shoelace.
that's a good call.
Because it's I don't usually. I think they're more flat
Yep.
and it's rounded there. But just
Good
like
call.
a little tweak. But certainly
Oh, and
fantastic.
showing the process. This is amazing.
Yes.
This is any
Good job.
interview I'm in. People really like to see your design thinking and then the process. So I think this is a great idea to include this,
Yeah, this is really good.
and even including it with the guides. I think
Yeah.
is fun.
Yeah, I'm like learning here.
Yeah.
This
Me
is
too.
great. And it's not a font. Some people are like, oh, I just like used a font and you probably did a bevel and emboss.
Mm-hmm.
No, you did a great job. And I like this placement image.
The shoe behind it, the shoe silhouette. I like that the
sh-
shoe doesn't take away from the lettering, which is really important.
It's, yeah, exactly. It's almost an afterthought because then you're like, oh, kicking at 30.
And look, there's even a shadow
Mm-hmm.
of the 30.
I like that.
Yeah,
Just
me too.
like, yeah, that's a good call.
You thought through everything on this, and I think it's really successful.
Totally into, like, even this, we're only talking about one, but like this, how this wraps
Oh, yeah.
around in a 3D fashion.
Uh-huh.
Good call.
Great
Amazing.
work, Ryan.
Yeah, great job. Is there any that jump out to you?
Let's see, maybe an editorial design project or branding.
Ooh, okay, let's
Since
do.
'tis the week.
We can do Mardi Gras. Let's do it. Let's just dive into it. Sure. Welcome to Mardi Gras.
Oh, that mask. You know what? I just noticed this was a second read to me, which I think is kind of fun. The masquerade mask at the top, and then with the nose and the mouth.
Yeah.
That's really
Super
interesting.
subtle. It like doesn't take away.
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah, that is nice.
I like that I discovered something while looking at it. That was
Yeah.
unexpected.
It says Mardi Gras, and even if I don't read the text, it still says Mardi Gras.
Yep, agreed.
So
Oh, and seeing it live. Oh, that's interesting. And then
That's
is
cool.
that the full set of posters at the bottom?
ooh,
Just additional information, perhaps.
yeah. I don't know if this is like a fold-out type brochure. I don't know.
Maybe it'd be interesting to see it mocked up or photographed, the real brochure photographed. So we actually, because it kind of looks like a poster, kind of looks like additional information. So just to make that really clear to your viewers what this is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool.
Oh, Ryan says
I
there are
th-
different posters on the levels of the venue.
Okay.
That's
very
helpful.
cool. So if these are, and that's good context. Like if there are different posters on levels of the venue, like how quick of a read is it for people?
Right.
Because sometimes like you can get really artsy and fancy, and it's not doing its job. But this is just very straightforward. You know when each thing is happening.
Absolutely. Since
So-
these are supposed to go on different floors of a venue, I think it'd be really fun to actually show these in situation and just mock them up, only because that might lead to other environmental design opportunities for you, Ryan.
Like what do you?
To actually mock up a poster, like maybe outside of an elevator,
Oh, okay, good call.
or
Yeah.
before going into a room, or just
I like this.
little
And it's
details
a lot,
like that.
It's a lot of work too.
This
'cause
is a lot of
like
work.
a lot of custom stuff. I really dig the slanting of this text.
I do
It's
too.
kind of fun.
I've never been in New Orleans, but it feels like it.
Yeah.
Feels very much so Mardi Gras.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's always very interesting because there's contextually who your audience is and all that stuff. I know designers that live in New Orleans, and wherever you live, you tend to hate the element that defines your city.
That's
so
so
a fleur-de-lis, they're like, I hope I never have to design
it.
a fleur-de-lis anywhere. But trust me, if most of these are for guests and like visitors and
They wanna
tourists,
see it.
They want to freaking get involved in
Yeah.
the Mardi Gras experience. That's a great job. So many. Okay. Ooh, winning submission for, and this is what I like. So InDesign Movie Week, movie poster sign. Okay, awesome. So this was a winner, so it's already reviewed. So we won't spend much time with it, but since you're doing InDesign, this
Ooh.
actually looks like Adobe Dimension. Yep, Dimension.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love
Great
the
job.
background
Great.
information too that was provided at the top of this
Yeah,
project. That's really
huge.
interesting.
Otherwise, we're kind of guessing.
Yeah.
But this is great lighting for this
Uh-huh.
scene. I like that it's a Ryan Ford production, starring Ryan Ford, screenplay by Ryan Ford.
You're busy, Ryan.
We get it. You're good. You can
oh,
do
and more
lots of things.
process. I love seeing his process.
Yeah.
This is really fascinating.
That is really cool.
Oh, and
And-
there's an in situation.
Yeah.
Very cool.
even for clients looking at this, they need to almost be overwhelmed with like, what is all this stuff,
Yeah.
you know? But as a professional that might want to hire you, this is just very, very well placed.
I agree. I love seeing your thinking. You're doing a great job adding that into your Behance portfolio. So good job.
Yeah.
Tim says project descriptions are so underrated.
Yeah, and
I agree.
It's hard. It's like the last thing that gets like you're already over the project.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you did it. Nothing. This is not fun, really.
No, it's
but
not.
it's super important.
I agree with that.
A brochure for client that had become quite outdated. You want something look and feel approachable, yet professional, not too clinical. Freedom to rework the layout and placement, and was provided the content. And this is a brochure for, looks like, family services. And this is perfectly fine. Like, this is awesome. Like, drop that in. Oh, okay, sweet. I like this. The overlays are nice.
It makes the text easier to read, which I think is great.
I would
but you don't
almost
lose the
say,
image.
I will say for this underline, I think you should put it under you
Oh,
to
yeah.
emphasize that
I
word.
love that suggestion.
It's good place there for a good design reason. This inside looks great.
Oh, and you're repeating
Oops,
the
sorry.
element on the cover on the inside too,
sorry.
which I love.
Sorry about that. I gotta try to zoom in on this. Yeah, this is like good choice of colors. Like,
I agree.
and really, I think the colors drove the rest. The photos drove the rest of the design. Because you're like, okay, it's like focus on the family. We're gonna have family pictures, which means warm tones. What's the opposite of these warm tones? It's gonna be like a teal.
Yeah, and I have to say, for having a lot of text, I feel like the leading and the kerning is really great, where it's still really easy to read, and you know, people wouldn't be intimidated because brochures are sometimes text heavy, right?
Yeah.
So paying attention to that is important. But I think that this
And
is,
like, yeah, doing kind of what you do, like, you know, emphasizing certain words in here.
yep.
Yeah, very good call.
Or
And there's
yeah, and maybe he can bring forward the underline of the U to some of these.
oh yeah, that's a
headers
good
or
idea.
repeating
Like
it.
take that little underline and carry it through.
Yeah.
I love the use of these quotes. You know, this is like a quote from someone, and I think those quotes are cool.
It's a nice break
Yeah.
in all the text.
Okay, so let's just dive into this. Blankets, a short illustrations. You're killing me,
Wow.
Ryan. Why
You
you
do
gotta
it
be a good
all.
illustrator too?
Blankets wanted.
Blankets wanted, made of money. No, just joking.
I love these illustrations.
Wow. So, okay, maybe didn't do the layouts, which I would say the strong part of this is.
The illustration.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree with that actually.
It fits the theme of like blankets wanted, really rough. Like it's not like
The background stroke just looks so beautiful.
this is
and
the
simple.
best. That's like
Yeah.
the best part.
That's amazing, and it grounds it.
I will say honestly that I don't think this towel is on the same plane as the box.
Oh.
See how the angle?
Yep.
If you
I
did
see
your
that.
perspective lines,
Oh yeah.
it wouldn't quite
I
match
see
up.
that. I see that.
But hardly noticeable.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. Great use of font. This is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
This is beautiful.
The style of illustration and using
Style
the watercolors
It's
really
amazing.
beautiful.
And I don't know. I'm not really paying it. I should be looking at the chat a little closer.
Ryan says he has coworkers talking to him while he's watching.
Tell your coworkers to
But
go.
he's
Like
still listening.
you're being featured.
And he's learned so much from our stream.
Yeah,
Well,
we,
thanks for
we do have
watching,
to
Ryan.
move on from yours shortly because we have another one to cover. This is beautiful. Mm-hmm. Like
Marriage enrichment treatment. The little
is
heart over the eye feels
beautiful.
appropriate for the context.
always good to whenever you get a chance include pancakes.
Yep,
Good
always.
move.
I also like the images with people. I feel like that is underrated as well.
Yeah,
Having the
and-
human touch.
Yeah, and the thing is like I think we beat up like stock images a lot. We're like, oh, look at that cheesy stock image. But no, you're driving home a point here.
I
This
agree.
like I don't care that this is a stock image. I want that to be me. you
Even
know?
just a hand or just something that, especially for this brand, it feels very appropriate.
And I like again the notes on the left side.
Yep. This is his style
the-
guide. This is really interesting to
Yeah. You're carrying this like heart through,
see. Yep.
having
Oh, I
all your
love that.
colors nailed down, and doing the gradations. Very cool. Into it, you are definitely a pro. No problem. Look at all these apps. You can illustrate, you can do layout design, and everything. So we're going to kind of move on.
Great job, Ryan. Thanks for sharing your portfolio.
Yes, nothing but good things to say. So Give him a follow. You can actually click on his little icon on Behance. But we're going to move on to the next one. And the next one is Elsa Rodriguez.
Hi, Elsa.
Elsa, hopefully, if you're here, fantastic. She is in Portugal, so technically not here, but
Is it late for her?
Out.
Is it in the middle of the night? What time is it in
No,
Portugal?
it's not quite that late. It's probably like evening. It's probably like maybe 9 hours ahead or something. Which is still,
Yeah. She's probably eating dinner.
Yeah. She's probably working on her graphic design side projects like we're all doing. Definitely some experience, like intern. I don't really know that. I won't dig into this, but I was looking for the about section.
It'd be nice to add.
Yeah.
Just maybe your hobbies, programs you enjoy using, or projects you enjoy doing would be nice.
Yeah, kind of like what your goals are. Like what are you trying to do? I actually like that this portfolio isn't. Ryan's was almost like everything.
Yep.
I think he could probably use some curating if he wants to.
I agree.
Hers is a little more succinct, which is...
It's a little bit more digestible. I'm not too intimidated when I look at it.
Ooh, can we look at this, we got a thesis project?
Oh, what a great editorial design cover.
Yeah.
The type over the image, the binding's beautiful, the spine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Which, visually, justified text is so nice. Practically, might be a little.
So maybe for a
issue.
thesis, it's not the best, but
But
definitely
certainly
looks beautiful. Yeah, beautiful
Yeah.
in a portfolio, that's for sure. I love the mockups.
This is great.
The
Yeah.
colors are very interesting.
You can even, do you flip those? This is great. Great colors. Yeah, this is a lot of text to take in.
And the grids are really nice. I love that they're consistent.
Okay, nice.
It allows for lots of information.
Can we look at, let's go from something text heavy to more of a poster.
I love it.
A cultural program. Beautiful.
Look at that text treatment.
This
That
one-
looks custom.
This would get you a job alone.
Yeah.
This straight up just tells me you're good. Right.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
wonder how she got that treatment on the font.
Yeah, Illustrator, there is, I don't know if it's called scallop, but one of those tools will allow you just roll
Swipe
over
through.
and, just kind of give it that distortion.
Oh. Text heavy, but it's working for me.
Yeah,
The breaks with the images and the large headlines.
I like the large headlines.
I do too. And the colors are beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a great layout.
Yeah, I agree. I like that it actually looks like the actual program too, by the way. This cover's fantastic. This is freaking awesome. Right?
Great job, Elsa.
That was us earlier. Floating
Yeah, come
outside
into
the-
space.
This is obviously a thing, and I think it totally works.
Yep.
You can probably build a career off this style
I was
alone.
just going to say, it feels like Elsa's style, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah.
I think it's good to kind of show your techniques and your style, and so then you'll be hired to do just that.
Yeah, exactly. And clients want to know what they're gonna get.
Yeah.
And look at this one.
Ooh.
Okay, 50 seconds. Visual identity for this new restaurant. 50 seconds.
Oh, this is going to make me hungry.
Yeah, this is so good. I'm almost. I want to order that, then I would just never touch it because it's too pretty.
It's so beautiful.
Okay, lines, a lot of thought on the process, and then diving into this.
Oh, I love the animated logo. That's really fun. This would look great on a website or on social media.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
really
the
exciting.
line is elevation. So it's high up, and then the circle is perfection, at the top. The T and the O.
I love that you found inspiration in the architecture to
Yeah.
inspire the logo. I think that's really smart, and it's excellent storytelling, which is important when you're, presenting your work to partners or clients, or. And even the signature of the chef, I'm assuming,
Yeah.
whose signature is a beautiful touch.
Yeah, it would almost be. Yeah, it's very nice. That kind of finishes out the design, adding a variety in there.
Yeah.
So good. And again, multiple owners. Good job on sort of flagging. I always like to see what you did and didn't do. I don't. It doesn't really matter if somebody else did the animation or whatever. But of course, give credit where credit's due. All right. I'm appreciating the time wasted.
Interesting. This reminds me of those. The typography style feels really familiar and common in those like to-go bags. Is that what I'm thinking of? I really like it that it's in an unexpected place.
I like that the design is bold and can be printed out these places, and there's not going to be an issue with like printing or.
And I love the bitmap texture. Is that what it's called? The dots.
Yeah.
Behind the, you can really see it on the waisted. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of I don't know. Bitmap. I don't know if it's like dot. Basically this dot pattern.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, very
And
cool.
it's interesting how it's like the time crops as it goes down.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to maybe know more about what this was for.
Agreed.
A little context, just because it's so beautiful and I'm so interested in it.
Yeah, because I'm also getting an L shape, and I don't
Yeah.
know if that's like on purpose or.
yeah.
But certainly really cool.
Yeah, some descriptions about what these projects were for. Oh, Elsa's with us. Hi, Elsa.
Elsa, what are you doing here? We're too busy. No. Hey, we're looking at your stuff. Were your ears burning, as they say?
Oh, halftone? Is that what the
Oh,
texture's
yeah.
called? Halftone.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cameron.
A color halftone, or not a halftone, because there's no color in it. But Elsa, let us know if you're proud of a particular project. We're really down to our last couple minutes, though. And we're just impressed with all of your work. Here, the color tone, I think this is not a true white. It's like
which I love.
Yeah.
And I love the cut paper style of illustration
Yeah.
and how it's interacting with the logo.
Ooh, look at you. Lisbon, Barcelona Greatness Challenge 2017.
Oh, wow.
To be even, I don't know what the case is, just to do something for like an art director's club.
Right. Such an honor.
Yeah.
And this
You're
is really
good.
well done. The map is beautiful. I love that you have, you included the custom font.
Stop it already.
And the motion is amazing.
Get outta here.
Yeah, this is really beautiful.
Oh yeah, so much fun.
The color
This is a labor
choices
of
feel-
love.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure she melted so much time into this, probably for free, or like who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like it's a labor of love, and it's just beautiful. We're into it, It's
It just
download it here. Will you?
Everyone
heard
go
here
download
first.
it.
Yeah, that's all. Let's go home.
I love
All
that.
right, following you. Follow them. Since Elsa hears, you click on her name and go ahead and stalk her on Behance in a nice way. So, but I want to switch back to yours. We only have a couple more minutes
do
left with
it.
you, and I'm like,
That was so fun.
yeah. Well, you moved like amazingly fast.
Well, I couldn't believe how fast time was going.
Yeah,
Just flies by in this last
Yeah.
day. It really does.
it certainly does. And you did a great job. I like
Thank
your extra
you.
work. Like, just so you can see how this turned out. Again, simple. Choosing the right font. Yeah.
This page makes all the difference to me having those words italicized. I
Yeah.
think that really helps.
These are things you do. You've probably done it in the past, but you're like, oh, it's going to work here. It just does. And that's a beautiful font to add the italics to.
It
Sometimes
is.
it's not all that great. And
Yeah.
that is like, if you take a serif font, looks great in italics.
Oh, yeah. And I like adding it, too, because I'm repeating the italics that I used for the addresses, which I think is a
Okay.
nice...
Yeah.
Anytime you can repeat or do similar things throughout the design, I think that's a nice touch. So
Yeah.
everything relates to one another.
And then you have I like how you added this symbol that says, hey, that's what this photo is. It's
Yep.
of this place.
My little palm tree,
Yeah, everything is done for a reason.
my eat and drink section. I mean, I
Love
think
that
I'm just about
color.
there.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Now, so Palm Springs.
We're all
Give
going
Kirsten
to go.
a call. Like, hey, we saw your work. Come join us. Can you go back one page real fast?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you ever think about shifting this text to more of the pink
Yes.
to match the photo?
100%.
Okay.
I was just thinking that.
Gotcha.
I would love
Okay.
that. Just because on this spread especially, I love that the oranges are popping the text.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would love to do that on this page. And then that will also show that, these are 2 separate days. To give a
Yeah.
little, using color to do visual separation.
Yeah.
I think that's a great
Like
idea.
with a purpose, and also, of course.
And I have to say, I wasn't 100% sure about this image, the clothes with the pool, but I think it's really nice.
Yeah.
I love that the oranges relate to one another. I like this overlapping here. I'm not covering up anything too important.
I want to know how big their suitcase is with all those colors, all those shirts.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
and then my notes section.
Oh yeah, Palm Springs, you knocked that out in like 2 seconds. Done and done.
This is quick. My stickers that I'm really excited about. I'd love to add more stickers to this or more sticker pages throughout the book. And then, some thoughts to make you think about what made your trip so special, what you'd want to do again, what you would want to recommend to a friend. I think these are all good things.
Yeah, very good things. Well, thank you so much, Kirsten. You are fantastic. Thank you,
Thanks for
Tim, for
having
posting
me.
all your various social media links and all that fun stuff. Because I'm sure people would love to keep in touch with you and just, especially like your Pinterest, because I think you're pretty active, obviously working for Pinterest, being active there.
I am
and just
super active on Pinterest.
peeking behind the scenes. I'm like, yeah, what are you interested in?
Yeah.
Like, where you get your inspiration.
Well, I hope you guys follow along. Thank you for having me.
You've had
this
a good time?
was such a good time.
Yeah, she's like the best person to hang out with and talk to, and we don't want to let her go. But
We've
she's
had
not
a
going
great
far.
3 days.
She's only going down a couple
Yep.
blocks. She's
I'm
gonna
close
be
by.
Sorry she ever told us that, because now we know where she works, and she's not far at all. Well, thank you so much. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out with us, with myself, Kirsten. We have Javier up next with, Kathleen. It's going to be great. More design all day long, day 3. So hang out with us.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.